Welcome back. Merry Christmas, Happy New Year. No idea when this video is going out. Let's get to it. I have been sent the 3-phase board by Fusebox from Expert Electrical. So thank you very much, Expert Electrical. Use my code down below for any electrical orders you make on materials, except for EV chargers, you'll save 10%. Let's get this open, let's have a look. Let's rip this old crappy one off and let's see if it's any good. Opening knife shot, instantly cool. This is, I'm not sure what way board it is. They do 4 different ways. Okay, thickness compared to a big hand. Oh, it's a big way. Did I order the big one? This is 11 usable ways, as you can see here. So the schematics on there. We've got the built-in SPD. We've got a 3-phase isolator already in, B32. We're going to be sticking RCBOs in this. I've got a massive collection of RCBOs around there. So all in all, decent. Let's get the lid off. Watch this witchcraft. Have I got to undo these ones as well? What is going on? What? I don't understand why it's not coming off. Have I got to take the door off? No. You. Right, that's how you take it off. This might be a very normal thing for other 3-phase boards. Domestic spark, no idea what I'm doing. Got covers, split neutrals, split earths, CPC is whatever you want to call it. We've got a cover here for our mains ISO. Oh, voila. Nice. You can unbolt the top bottom, you can unbolt the top. You've got the cover there for connections as well, so yeah. So far so good. Now, I'll take this piece of garbage out with mix match breakers. Disconnect that, isolate that, get that all up, set up some lights because it's going to get extremely dark. It's extremely windy today. It is the 21st of December that I'm filming on. So I actually finished actual work yesterday. Today I'm doing this and tomorrow I'm getting a tattoo. So here's our board. Some of you may remember, hopefully it's in shot, the smart receivers and switches that I put in. Still to this day, after trying 4 different attempts, they will not connect to any app that I download. Do not buy them. They are garbage. They need to go in the bin. And a lot of people said to me, I need to get a different brand. And I thought about it earlier and I can't remember what it's called. Yeah, I'll put it on the screen if I can remember. But I've now got it all set up so I can literally just replace what's there. So let's get this off. So if you haven't watched the video of me doing that, I redid this board recently because I took everything out of it, I moved it, put it into this ISO, this unit up here, put some new cables in, left the excess on all of it, a huge amount for when I knew I was going to get this new board. I was going to put this in place so everything has a hideous amount of length on it. Anyway, so that's why it is, but we're going to measure it up, get it fitted. I want to put some more double sockets below the board because I've only got a double there which controls the Wi-Fi and the doorbell and everything. I do have a doorbell transformer. I fitted off a plug here a long time ago for my Ring doorbell. I could put that within the enclosure, but it's already in and it works, so why touch something and fiddle around when someone already does that? So, isolator. I think I'm going to bring them in the same way as this in the board. I'd like to go down below, but with the limited space that we've got here and the fact that the cables come out the top of the isolator, I think I'm just going to do the same configuration. I'm not going to stick a lock and off kit on it. I'm not. It's just me in this place. If you don't like it, skip to the next video. Make sure you like it first though. Right, I've just tested for dead. You guys don't need to see me do that. I'm going to pull the tails up out of the way first, mark out which circuit does which. This one here doesn't do anything. That was the old light switch, which is not in use anymore because we have remote controlled lights that we can see up there, the bay lights. But we'll have, this one here is the double socket that feeds to this Wi-Fi socket. We've got a lighting circuit, another lighting circuit. So one's outside lights, one's internal lights, and this is just the main 4mm radial circuit that's to the sockets. It's 11-way board, so we've got a lot of space. I'm actually going to fit an EV charger in here very soon in the new year so I can start doing some tests on an EV. I'm qualified in fitting EVs, I just don't do it, which I want to sort of get into in the new year. We can have a fiddle, we can have a practice in here with the charge in it, with the proper test equipment that I've got from Mega. I bought myself with the new X1 to figure out how we go about testing it. So yeah, let's rip this out and hopefully got a clean canvas behind and we can sort of see how we're going to do it. I want to drop the board down as low as possible, but at the same time that is a long board. Let me just go and grab it and hold it up to it. So really, I'd like to drop the board down here, which would make sense. So it's a bit lower, a bit more accessible, a bit easier to make off when I do it. The cables are going to be long enough. But we're going to do the same situation, stuffing glands in the top, make it as neat as we can, but leave loads of room in and around the edge to put on more circuits in the future. I'm just going to quickly interject because I know how much you're enjoying the video so far. It's over the Christmas break when this is coming out, and in the top comment below that I've pinned to the top is Jack from JRC. It's his YouTube channel. He's really close. I think he's 150 off hitting 6,000. If we could do it before this year, I will greatly appreciate it. He loves me he loves me already, and I know he'll love this and appreciate this. It'd be a good little Christmas present for him. So if you can do that for me, that'll be fantastic. It'll make his Christmas a little bit better. And let's get on with the video. 20 quid you owe me now, yeah? All right, mate, sound. Somehow it's stuck on the wall by itself. There we go. So here you can see the size difference between the two boards. This one is definitely overcompensating to be unnecessary. I thought I asked for the smaller one. I obviously asked for the biggest one. If you're wondering why the lights are on, I've got the Bluetti power bank plugged in. So that's that sorted. I'm just gonna get these stuffing glands out, which are here, and then the big tails one as well. And then we can sort of have a look at offering the new one up to the wall and figuring out what we're gonna do. Right, we're ready for sizing. That's going to be in the way. Not only is the board longer, it's also wider, but it is slimmer, which is a bonus. Oh well, you can see it on the camera without my fat head in the way. Yeah, I'm going to get a marksman on a spirit level. We'll get that drilled out. Let's count how many cables we've got. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. 7 on top. This one isn't going back in. We've got 7 on top and at least 2 on the bottom. So we're going to get pulled over. I'll show you my drill pod stuff. I don't know what you say. Makes my neck look good though, doesn't it? Right, we've got the Velocity drill pod with my attachment of the hex screwdriver set bits. I know lighting's terrible in here, just allow it. I'm going to do 2 of them that are going to be 25 mil, and then I'm going to do 8, so we've got it in pairs. I'm going to do 6 of them in 20 mil, and let's do 2 20 mils in the bottom. Also, I'm going to interject again. This is obviously out after Christmas, and on Boxing Day, in America and Canada, as of now, my Velocity tool bags, my MB100, which is this one, my MB200, which is this one, my Brother label printer bag, which is this one, is all available in America and Canada. It's been a long time coming. A lot of people have asked me over the years, can we do it now? Yes, we can. Head over to the Velocity website to make an order if you fancy it. So big things coming. I've got another bag coming out. It looks like March, which is the testing and inspecting bag. And we've got Sleeve It, which is this. That should be coming out end of January, should. I'm currently working on another bag, which I'm not allowed to talk about yet. But yeah, just let you know. Anyone in Canada and America fancy some of my tool bag range, check out Velocity Pro Gear. And yeah, if you ever do buy any, let me know on socials, tag me in it, and I'll share it around. Right, oh my God, my knee. Oh, I just, look, I was drawing a line here for the bevel edge of this here, so we know where we can drill from. But I'll let you have a look inside. It's got like the recess trough bit where you're meant to put Paxlin in, if I'm correct, if you're putting this up like metal trunking. So because of that is in there, I'm going to unbolt this top bit. So to make sure when we're drilling through, we're going within that slot rather than on the lip to make it a lot thicker, and potentially my stuffing glands aren't long enough on the threads. So this is what I mean. This has a beveled edge on it, which makes it twice as thick. So we're going to be wanting to cut in. We're just going to put stuffing glands directly in the middle of that slot, unfortunately. So I will line that back up on the inside. So Sweet, bro. So we're gonna get that measured out and cut. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Just because I can, and to make things easier, I've only got white 25 mils, but it is what it is. I'm gonna get these in now, and then we can bolt it down afterwards. Just makes my life a bit easier with tightening up. Now the next idea is to figure out if my tails are going to reach. I really don't want to have to replace them, but it is a possibility, so. Okay, plan is we're going to go here, and if we have to chop a bit of the wood out, so be it. If that's what's going to happen, because this is my L3, and my L3 is the furthest one away. If we can get it up through there, in and around, we're going to have plenty of slack to dress it nicely into the bottom and then back up in the top, being the furthest one across. Neutral fine, earth fine, so it's going to go on the bar, put a lug on it, so let's get a hole saw out for that and see if we have to cut it. Yeah, unless I stood the board off the wall a little bit, but I don't know if that's the done thing in commercial. We do it in domestic all the time. If I was to stud this out by, I don't know, let's say 1 inch, put some big screws in it, you can pass the foot behind it and drill it through if you wanted to in the future, bring it off the wall. There's no cable entry that you'll be able to get your fingers in because it's not knocked out at the back, it's all stuffing glands. I think I'm going to do that just to allow the massive stuffing gland for the tails to go on and not have to chop the fireboard. Okay, ignore the noise next door. What I find the best way to fit 3-phase boards, because obviously I do it all the time when I'm an expert, leave one screw in, I've took the other one out, it's on the one screw, got some 22mm copper I've chopped up into 1 inch spacer, we've got our long screws and our washers, we'll place this behind. Repeat the same thing on the bottom. We are on, we're level, we are solid, so happy days with that. I'm gonna get these fed in next. I'll do a little time lapse for you again, see how this goes. But yeah, let me know if there's any regulation, please. I was gonna ring someone, I thought, sod it, because no one answers their phone during the day. If I'm allowed to do this, fantastic. If I'm not, let me know below. And the reason why, pros and cons for why you wouldn't do this. But yeah, it's just got me out of a bit of a sticky situation where I can still tighten this gland up and not having to chop into the wood or shift the board over another 4 inches or so, because that's 4 inches, isn't it? It's got to be that. Earth, bring that in, I'll crimp that down. So what you can hear outside is the sound of a man with a very small penis who wants to rev his engine really loud. Merry Christmas, everyone. The more and more he revs it, I think it's the smaller and smaller it is. I'm just about to use my Wera ratchet set that I've had for many, many years. It's a wicked piece of kit. I just don't carry it around in the van because it's a bit too big for what I need. But for this sort of stuff, if I was commercial spark, it would be attached to me. Right, that's nice and tight. I was going to put some heat shrink on it, but I actually don't have any earth heat shrink. Next, I'm going to get this module on the front. Let's have a look under there. Oh, we're in the slots. Nice, yeah. Nice design, like that. I'm going to put the screws in here before I look. Nah, I'll do that at the end. Nah. Right. So far, so good. Because I don't fit 3-phase boards enough to give you like my expert opinion, shall we say. To me, there's not much difference. Most fuse boards are the same, and I've said this time and time again. But it's all down to what is costing and reliability. Reliability with the fuse box ones, the Verso ones, I've used for many years now. The quality is up there. The reliability is up there. Really haven't had any fail. And the price is absolutely on point compared to Hager. MK, if they still do boards, contact them. This now is in the range of premium product with a cheaper price tag compared to other boards, hence why I've been looking forward to fitting one of these for a long time. So let's start pulling these in. I'll get that lid back on so it looks a bit better, drop them down, and we can start making it off. Right, so I'm going to put 3 of each in just to fill the board up a little bit. But my only slight concern that I thought about is the fly leads for the RCBOs. Are they going to be long enough? So a standard RCBO, if you put it top, it will reach, maybe if you don't want it to look the neatest, it will reach to the first one in accordance to 19 to 19. It will reach, but I'm going to take into allowance that and position everything central and down and have these all as blanks. I've got a big bag of blanks in here, 4 module blanks that we can stick in the board. So let's get these in, get them screwed up. I'll probably do a few sticky tabs, cable tie them flat so we got the fly leads out of the way, just to dress it a little bit neater. I know time and time again we've said on the channel when people go, you shouldn't cable tie cables within an enclosure like a fuse board because heating up, thermal damage to the cables, all that sort of stuff. Nothing, no cables, no big things drawn in here. Don't have welders, don't have big machines. The most that's ever on is the kettle and the lights. So don't worry about it. If you do worry about it, let me know why you're worried below and I'll gladly ignore it, okay? It's just occurred to me as well, right at the beginning of the video, I said this. We've got the built-in SPD, we've got a 3-phase isolator already in, B32, which is incorrect because it's the 3-phase breaker that covers the SPD, which if I looked at where the cables go, you would have known straight away from that. So, yep, carry on. These are my sticky pads, which are like this. I'm gonna stick them on in the board. I thought I clicked record to do this side of the board, and I actually turned the GoPro off, so that's cool. Never mind. I've been doing this 4 years now, nearly 5. Put that in the board. I've run out of full-size blanks, so I'm going to nip over to CEF shortly to get some, just to finish the board off. One key thing that I have noticed, which I could be doing something wrong, just putting it out there, is these blanks just come in and out, because if you've got the DIN rail adapter with 3-phase board, you don't have the lip of a DIN rail to connect on, so these do just slide in and out, but I don't know, let me know. I'm going to cable tie some of these. Well, we brought these in. The cable that goes to the emergency light, which is this one, which goes all up there to that, this is no way near long enough. And I don't have any more high tuff. I used it all when I extended the box. And as well, I couldn't figure out for the life of me what this one was, because it goes into the same smart relay as this one. Ow! But this was Wagoed into the Wi-Fi socket when I did it recently. So this is the load out, but I, again, don't have any cables for this. So for the time being, I'm just going to sling this over, Wago this outside the enclosure of the board, get some more of the high tuff so I can do it as neat as possible so it's nice and honky-dory. We're going to leave this disconnected for now. And it's the same thing, the outside light here, if I was to feed this in, only links to there, which is plenty enough for live and neutral, but the earth isn't long enough. But we are going to stick it in. I'm just going to put like a splat inline, the through Wago on that just for this time being for that. Like I say, I'm not doing this for a customer. If it was doing for a customer, we'd make this all absolute spanking new as we can, but it's mine, so it's not really the end of the world. I've got the Ergo strip by Nipex. I'm going to be sorting this out. First things first, let's get the sockets in. We put 3 32 amp B-type RCBOs in this side. I'm just going to use the one. The other 2 are spare. I just wanted to fill the board up a little bit for future proofing, and then we'll make it across. So I'm going to leave as much of the insulation on as possible. I'm going to strip it pretty much in line with where I want it. It's going to link straight in, live and neutral, but the earth is obviously going to be longer down in the accordance. So with this one, I'm going to put it in number 13. We'll find 13 on the earth bar. And twist these. I've also got my Nipex crimp set, which I used up there. So we're going to be putting some ferrules on, well, crimps, ferrules, whatever you want to call it, to terminate these in, because these are multi-strand cables on the high tuff. We've left a little bit of slack, not too much, but enough. We want to play with it a little bit. In the future, a lot of people would have shouted at me then and said you had 2 foot of slack, you should have left that droop down within the board. But nah, I'm all right. Obviously at the end, we're gonna go around with the torque driver. I'll take this cover back off, torque up everything, manufacturer stuff and my stuff that I've done, just to triple and double check everything. Double and triple check. I am noticing as well, like we do with the actual domestic boards, is the twisting. As you screw onto the buzz bar, you do get the twisting, and I noticed it with this, so I had to lift this side up because everything is drooping a little bit. There's one thing we don't get from the Verso, so from being completely honest, domestic boards, when you tighten it up, it's all solid, it's all square, it's all straight. The fuse box stuff like this, it does twist a bit. I think when we've got all these in, it will counteract it, but just an observation I've made over the years. Right, we're done and dusted. I have done something absolutely criminal. Went over to CEF. It wasn't that. I couldn't find any fuse box blanks, but I had some spare Verso ones in the back. So, Will, if you're watching this, I am sorry. But for the time being, this is staying like this for the Christmas period. So, fuse box Verso, be friends. Before I put the lid on, I'll get the tester out. We'll do our ZS, PFC, all that jazz. But I'm not going to test any circuits that I've wired in for the time being. I've recently tested it anyway when I moved the board and extended down because I had to incorporate that sort of stuff in it. But in the new year, I'm going to do a full certificate on it and actually run through that with you guys as well. We have our screws. We have our lid. Oh yeah, so the left-hand side slots in. It then presses in like that. I like that. I don't know if other boards do that, so I like that. All right, let's get some of these bad boys in. And let's put the lock in it as well, which confused the hell out of me earlier on in the day. Yeah, neat, fantastic, cool, happy days. Obviously I've got a bit more playing to do in the new year with that. Let's jump back over here and I'll show you some of the bits that came in it, which is to me, useful. So sorry if I'm doing this weird because the power bank that is my handle for my GoPro is flat, so I'm using the Unilight as the power bank. The stuff that came in it, in the bag, it's obviously stickers and whatnot, but they also send you some 4 screws, spare screws, so that is handy. We can get the board labelled, stickered up in the new year, or if I come over here over Christmas, we can play with it. You can always see it's a nice big board. Adam's just popped over, which you just missed. I said to him about the EV stuff. He was like, why don't you just stick the EV charger outside? So I'm gonna have a look over that over the Christmas period. I'm tempted with one of the BG chargers as well, a matte black one with an isolator in here, because for the foreseeable future, or should I say not anytime soon, I might get an EV, but there's potential that I'll be potentially getting a electric van at some point, or an electric car. So keep your eyes peeled for that. But thank you very much, Expert Electrical, for the board. Like I said, use my code Bundy10 for 10% off for all your electrical needs in the new year. And yeah, hope you had a good one. Thank you. Love you, bye. There we go.